Hi everyone, this is Emmy. Today I'm going to show you how to crochet this very easy fringed vest. And you could make it as long as you like. You don't have to stop and make it a short vest like this. And you can make it without fringe, with yarn fringe, or with fabric fringe. To make this vest I'm going to use Red Heart Super Saver yarn and a 9mm crochet hook. So the first thing you're going to do is start with a slip knot. I'm going to demonstrate in size small, so I'm going to chain 31. Okay, I have chained 31, and this chain should reach across your body like that, from underarm to underarm. So now I'm going to go to the 4th stitch from the hook, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to make 1 double crochet. And that is going to take the place of the first V-stitch. So now across the row I'm going to skip 2 stitches and I'm going to make a V-stitch in the next stitch, and that is 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet. So that's another V-stitch. So I'm going to work that way across the row. Skip 2 stitches, make a V-stitch in the next stitch. Double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Like that. And I'm going to do that all the way across the row. Okay, I worked all the way across the row. Now, each following row will be exactly the same. It will be chain 1 and turn, slip stitch into the first chain 1 space, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and that takes the place of the first double crochet and the chain 1 stitch. Make another double crochet in the same chain 1 space, and that will form your first V-stitch. And now across the row, in every chain 1 space, you'll make a V-stitch, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. And there's how that looks. So you have a V-stitch in every chain 1 space all the way across the row. And you're just going to continue to do that until this section will reach as long as you want the vest, and this will be the shoulder end. Okay, so there's my last stitch, and you're going to keep working that row over and over until your vest is as long as you would like it to be. And I just want a short vest. I'm only going to allow 3 rows here for under the arms, and I'll just have to attach one little seam here on each side. So now up here at the top, I'm going to work across back and forth here to make the front, and back and forth over on this side. So what I'm going to leave not worked here in the center is 2 of these V-stitches. So now across the row, I'm going to leave the center 2 stitches not worked into. So I'm going to work into 1, 2, 3, 4 shells, 1, 2, 3, 4 shells. I'm going to leave these 2 not worked into for the back of the neck. So I'm going to chain 1 and turn, and I'm going to slip stitch into that first chain 1 space, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, double crochet in the same chain 1 space. And I'm going to make a V-stitch in each of these 3 chain 1 spaces. So I'm going to make a V-stitch, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. And those are the 2 V-stitches I'm not going to work into. So this is going to be like the shoulder extension that fits up over the shoulder before I start the front. So I'm going to chain 1 and turn, slip stitch, chain 3, double crochet. Okay, so I'm going to continue that. I'm going to do 5 rows of this exact same as I'm working this size small. Okay, I've gone ahead and I've worked 5 rows, and that's going to wrap around the shoulder like that. And now I'm going to start working the front. So I want to start adding some stitches along the front here so that it reaches over to the center. So to do that, I'm going to chain 1 and turn. So I'm going to make an extra V-stitch here. So I chained 1, I'm going to chain 2 more, which is the equivalent of chain 3, where you could just chain 3 and turn. And then I'm going to make a double crochet in this stitch. It's the double crochet of the last V-stitch. And now I'm going to make another V-stitch right in that chain one space. So V-stitch. And then I'm going to V-stitch all the way across the row. Okay, so I worked that across that row, and chain one and turn, slip stitch into the first chain one space, chain three, double crochet in the chain one space. And now work a V-stitch in each one of these chain one spaces. Okay, I worked back across the row, and as you can see, it's getting wider. I'm going to work back across. When I come back over here, when I start again, I'm going to add one more stitch at the beginning of the row, same way as I did here. I made a V-stitch in the last double crochet. So I'm going to go ahead and do a few rows, and I'll come back and show you. Okay, I have increased one more time here, and this is going to fit like this. So it's going to have a bit of extension here. That's for the shoulder. And then you can see that I have increased here, and I'm pretty much at the center. So now I'm just going to work row after row until I have it this long, 6 more rows. And then I'm going to come over and show you how to start the other side front. Okay, I've gone ahead and finished this side. So now I'm going to fasten off, and I'm going to come back up and show you how to do this side. And I'm going to fasten off with long enough yarn end so that I can sew that side seam. So there's the side we've already completed. Come all the way over into this side. And in the center of this chain one space, I'm going to attach my yarn, take one stitch just to lock in, and do an additional 2 chains because it was already 1, and then double crochet in the V-stitch. Like that. And we worked 4 shells on this side for size small. I'm going to work into 4 shells on this side. So that'll be 1, 2, 3. So I'll work up to here. There are the 2 shells that I'm not going to work into for size small. So now I'm going to chain 1 and turn. I'm going to work into this V-stitch and all the way across the row. I'm going to do exactly the same as I have on this side, and then I'm going to increase. Okay, I have worked both sides of my vest. Fasten off with a long yarn end. Fold this over. I'm just going to connect 3 rows up. So I've just joined that first one. I'm going to chain 1 just for the space of the double crochet, and then I'm going to slip stitch, chain 1, and then go to the next end of the row and slip stitch, chain 1, go to the next end of the row and slip stitch like that. And I'm going to go over to this side and do the same thing. Okay, I've got both of my sides slip stitched. So here's how the vest looks when it's just no fringe, and here's how it looks from the back. I'm going to add some fringe, and then I'll show you how that looks. Okay, so here it is with some yarn fringe. And I skipped one opening between each one. You could do it in every space if you liked. And to attach the fringe, I just folded the strands in half and pulled the fold through the stitch and then pull all the ends through, and that's a lark's head knot. And there's how it looks from the back. And here it is from the front. And I used a hair barrette as a closure. And on this one, I had some fringe left over from when I made my bohemian crocheted crossbody bag. So in the spaces that I had left between the yarn, I added some t-shirt knit and some lining fabric and some strips of fleece fabric. And again, I used a hair barrette as a closure. And another option would be to tie it closed with a chain cord. And there you go. That's how easy it is to crochet this fringed vest. Don't forget, if you make one, you can send in a photo and I'll feature it in my next viewer submissions. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.